Hello and welcome to Hooking Up with Books. If you crochet or if you like to read, then this little series that I host with my friend Craftably Ever After is for you. Today's video is the big reveal project for The Flatshare by Beth O Leary. And if you take a look at this cover, I've been throwing up this picture quite a bit on my other videos, and so this is the big reveal video, and I have maybe a handful of projects. So if you'd like to participate in Hooking Up with Books, you basically will read the book, and then 2 months from the now, which I'll tell you what our next book is, we crochet something based off our inspiration from that book. And it is very loosely based, or it could be straight something that is in the book, or it could be just the colors of the cover. But if you stick around to the end, if you don't already know, I'll let you know what the next book we'll be reading for the next 2 months, and then have a big reveal on July 15th. Okay, so I very much enjoyed this book and really liked the characters, and Tiffy was my favorite character. She could light up a room. And the project that I made has to do with their first encounter. Not their first encounter, you know the one I'm talking about if you read it. The one that's the official date. I'm going to give spoilers. If you have not read this book, you may like it, but a couple of people said it wasn't their cup of tea, so take that as you will. So here is what I made. This is my version of Tiffy. My dress came out a little too large, so I'm overlapping it, but you can't tell. This pattern comes from the new book, Lulu's Crochet Dolls, and I'll show you which one I picked. However, I just want to go over this for a second. So in her first date with her first meet, it wasn't actually a date. It was their first actual official meeting where they were going to talk to each other and see who they share a bed with. Basically, the Flatshare. And it talked about her wearing yellow sandals, but that's not all. And that she would have a, what is the other name for an umbrella? That was the name they used. So it was going to be a lovely day, like Brighton Beach. And so she was like, it's going to be perfect for yellow sandals and a, whatever this thing is called. Pinafore. No, I don't know what it's called. Do you know the name? Put it down. So this is her little umbrella. I found this little tutorial, this umbrella tutorial on YouTube, and it was so easy and so cool. I loved it. My handle didn't quite do what it was supposed to do in the pattern, in the tutorial. I'm supposed to glue this, but apparently my glue's not doing too good. And then the doll is so cool. This is a Lulu Compatine doll from Lulu's Crochet Dolls, and I gave her the little yellow sandals, and I just was using up my scraps. And she has red hair. I thought about making her brown, but I decided to go with what she looked like in the cover. So that is why I chose these two purples, because the purples in the book cover. And I forgot I was going to embroider some flowers. I always forget. It's like I finish a project and then I don't do those final details because I forget. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll add that later. And then I never do it. And when I want to show it, oh, I forgot it. I forgot that I was going to do that. So I was supposed to embroider some flowers on her dress, but I didn't because I forgot. Okay, let's go with the pattern. I went with the Winter Doll Celia. So she has some other things. So I didn't do these stripes because it said she had yellow sandals and I knew I was going to put that purple dress on her. And so I was like, you know what, that's just going to be too much. So I didn't do the stripes, but I did the pattern and this dress. I forgot about the scarf. And I didn't do this because I was going to do this, but because it came out so small, it really didn't fit in her hand. So I did Celia. I would not call that one, Celia, a beginner-friendly pattern. Okay, and then she also has a difficulty level right here, and her difficulty levels are 1, 2, or 3. So if you see 3 shaded, that's the most difficult. So Celia was the most difficult, and I would say that is correct because there were certain parts of the pattern where I think I had to put in washers, those wiry things. I had to put some wire in her head, and that's part of the pattern. But if I were to do the skin, I would put the wire in her legs as well so that I could bend them. And I would put the wire in her arms so I could bend them. But I didn't. But now that I've done this pattern, I know that I would put those wires, those ones that, you know, those craft wires, that fuzzy looking things. I did put 3 for her neck. Now, she doesn't have wobble head or anything, but she will eventually. But her head stays up and all that. But I didn't know that because I didn't read the pattern all the way full before doing it. And when it saw the wires, it was like, well, I have them. Let me just go ahead and try it. I did embroider her eyes, but I didn't think the white would suit her well. I just didn't think it was going to be good. So I blushed her some cheeks, gave her a nose, but no mouth. I liked the hair, but I decided to do a back loop only right here, just for some added texture. And again, I don't think this is a beginner friendly pattern, but it does say that. So there is a difficulty level on this book where there's 3 leaves, and if all 3 leaves are shaded, it is not gonna be easy. Okay, so there we go. That is the doll that I did for the Flatshare, and she represents Tiffy. And this was supposed to be her umbrella. Oh, I forget the name, but it's so tiny. It's too tiny. So yes, this was it. Okay, but I did do one more thing. So in sharing a book, okay, because these two share a Flatshare, they often see each other's cups. So she often commented on seeing Leon's cup it's either on the side or it's in the sink. She can tell how his morning went based on if she saw his cup of coffee. So I made a little cup of coffee, and I believe this pattern is also in Lulu's Crochet Dolls as one of the little accessories. So there we go. I made the little cup of coffee. Now let's get on to all the projects that were submitted. Like I said, there was only a handful this time, but the first one is by Jackeline, and she made a lampshade cover. Because Tiffy is an editor, if you read the novel, she is part of a publishing company, and they publish books that are DIY and crochet, and that's why they had so much crochet things in here and knitting scarves. And so because of this, a lampshade cover is mentioned in the book. So she made a lovely lampshade cover. I love it, Jackeline. And then the second thing she made is the character Tiffy. And I just love it. Now she made the character just like I did, representing the time when they went to the Brighton Beach. And this is their first meeting, their first get together, that they're actually going to talk to each other. And I love how she's in such bright colors. And I think there's a play on words here, Brighton Beach, and then she's got all these bright colors. I love the accessories she added, like the flowers And she's got an outfit and sunglasses and some type of hat, a sun hat. So you did fabulous, Jackeline. And I love what you chose. It looks awesome. Next up is Simona. Now Simona, I think we've shared a few emails together. Now she made one of the other characters that played a big role in this novel, and it was Holly, who was one of the kids in the where Leon worked, the hospice that Leon worked at. And she was a little girl, and she was fighting a very serious disease. And so this is what she made. And I love that she added these details of the dress and the earrings. I'm sorry, the V-neck on this gown. I do love that because that's something you don't often see in the patterns. And so she also did earrings, and she gave it some colorful lips. This pattern is also a Feel Better Friends on Ravelry by Shannon. I can't pronounce the last name, but if I can find it, I'll list it down below. Now, Simona was one of the ones that did not fancy this book so much. So thank you so much for participating. I sincerely appreciate it, even though it wasn't your favorite book. Next up, we have Bonnie. Hello, Bonnie. Okay, now I love where she took this. Bonnie made a fox, but not only did she make a fox, but she made a place to hold your glasses. I so need that. So I have 2 pairs of glasses, and I think this would be perfect. And the reason how this plays into the book is where they have a Flatshare. Apparently, there's a fox family. And she mentioned, oh, I wish they would have shared more details about the fox family. So I did not even think about making a fox. So this was genius. So this is a crochet eyeglass holder fox by Violetta Owl. It's so cute. I love this idea. I've really enjoyed chatting with you as well, Bonnie. Next up, we have Robyn. And Robyn blew my mind with this one. Like, so simple, so easy, but yet this is something that I think would have been found in the novel. Like, if Tiffy crocheted, she doesn't crochet, but she admires it. She made this. Oh my gosh, I have to look at this. She made this lovely Post-it note holder so that to organize all their Post-its so they can have a place to, they have a pen and Post-it note holder, and she just winged it. She basically made a long double crochet and stitched up the sides and stuck in her things and made a chain for the button there. But I love the next picture because she put something very important on here. Tiffy signs all of her notes, kiss, kiss. And I just thought that was so darling. And that is why I fancy Tiffy so much. But I love how she put the Flatshare, kiss, kiss. Oh, I love it. I love it. You blew me away. Even though this is such an easy project, and simple, and you didn't have to follow a pattern or anything, and it just fit right in with the novel. So cool. Thank you so much for participating, Robyn. Okay, next up we have Carlotta. She always makes some fantastic patterns. Carlotta never shies away from a difficult project on all of these, and thank you so much for participating. So she made this doll, and it is so fabulous. Oh, I love it. Now, she also made something that would be as described in the book. So something about a tulle skirt and Doc Martens with daisies on it. She did not miss a detail. And a denim jacket. I love the hairstyle you gave her as well. You did a fabulous job on her hair. I see that she also did some shading across the face, like she has freckles, because I don't know if it said she had freckles, but she has red hair, so you would imagine she might have a little bit of redness going on. And crochet confetti dolls often do this. Now, she also got this pattern from the same book that I did. Let's see, she said she chose Charlotte. Oh, I wanted to choose this one too. That is so funny that I didn't. So she changed up a few of the details, of course, but she basically used the main body portion. Yeah, she changed everything about this. This is Charlotte. So, wow, Carlotta, you did fabulous. It's absolutely stunning. Next up, we have Janna Kay, who also has a YouTube channel, and I will list her channel down below because I'm sure she'll make a video about what she's made. But she made these 2 scarves in these really beautiful colors because Tiffy is not shy from colors and she loves a boho look. And so she did one that's knit and one that's crochet. Now in the novel, there is a bag of knit scarves underneath the bed that Tiffy discovers, and they belong to Leon, but it's someone from the hospice who had made them. Anyway, yes, so I really love that you did both of these scarves, 2 different styles, but same design. So thank you so much for participating, Janna Kay. Now I know Kim, the Crafty Nomad, also participated, and I'll link her video down below of what she made. She posted that a couple of weeks ago. She said she really enjoyed the novel. And then one more, last but not least, Pamela, who also has a channel at Ginger Cat Crochet, and I'll link her channel down below. She made the cutest, to represent Leon, the bear in scrubs. Oh, this fit perfectly too. And this was actually something I was gonna do because my co-host, Craftably Ever After, and another crochet channel, and I just haven't said her name in a while. She's participated in Hooking Up with Books before. Anyway, she often makes these bears in scrubs, and I was gonna make that to represent Leon. So I love that you made this bear in scrubs. Now she said she didn't like the pattern at all, but she's going to talk more about it on her video. So go check out her to find out more details about it. If you sent something to me and I missed it, please do forgive me. I apologize. I did my best. And if I find it or you tell me, I will try to put it in. If you really enjoyed looking at all these projects to go with this book, here's your chance. Join us for Hooking Up with Books. Now you can tag us on Instagram and email us your projects so I can show them. So our next Crochet Book Club pick is The MarshKing's Daughter by Karen Dionne. Now this is somewhat of a suspense thriller. I don't remember seeing any foul language. It's been a while. So I read this one immediately after the Flatshare. I read the Flatshare and MarshKing's Daughter before I even read the Agatha Christie one. So the MarshKing's Daughter, I know I have one person's entry already, but forgive me. I will try to find it, make sure I don't forget it. We're going to start reading this book now until July 15th. And then we'll have a big reveal on July 15th. Now I checked this one out of my local library, so this is one you can get. Now this book is being made and is a movie currently. I can't remember where I saw it. I want to say it was on Amazon Prime, but I'm not for sure. But it is out there and I will link it down below. However, the movie is nothing like the book, and neither was the Flatshare. So if you've watched my other videos, the Flatshare is actually a series for free on Amazon Prime. If you have Amazon Prime, this is a series on Amazon Prime and it's for free. But it is nothing like what this book is. But some of the features, like, well, I don't want to give you too much details, but a lot of the things that happen in the book are shown in the series just in a different way, which I find. But one thing that I don't like that they did, and I don't know if they're trying to add more drama to it, is there's a character There is a character that lives in here, and that character dies in the series, in the Amazon Prime series. So she lives in this one. Okay. So our next book is The Marsh King's Daughter. If you want to check it out, go ahead and read the description. Go check it out on Goodreads. I have my Goodreads listed down below as well of things that I'm reading currently. It's just basically all the books I've read. And you can get a synopsis of this book, but don't read too much of the comments because they'll give it all away. You just want to go to the synopsis. I'll link it. I'll link this down below. I'm not sure how much you can get that for, but I checked it out of my library. And I tend to listen to a lot of books on my Libby app. And I've mentioned that one before. You can get all these books for free. Even the Flatshare is free through your Libby app, which is an Audible version for listening to books that you can check out of a library. Okay, so I do hope to see you again soon. And if you have any recommendations for books to consider for the upcoming year, let me know. List them down in the comment. All right, I think that's it. I shall see you again soon. Bye.